Hello nerds and nerdettes, welcome back to the channel. Today we are going to have the first of a little bit of a new series of videos I'm going to be putting out, which is going to be my top 5 most anticipated releases of the month. We're just entering into December, which means a whole month of new releases, and I'm going to let you guys know not only what I'm excited for, but also what you guys should possibly be looking for if your taste is something similar to mine, or even if it's just like a first time being printed in a certain format or something like that. So with that being said, we're gonna jump into the list. So first, before we jump into the list, a couple disclaimers. Obviously, I'm only choosing 5 books, so if your book or the most anticipated release that you're excited for does not appear on my list, it could be that maybe I am not as excited for it, but it could also be that because I'm limited to 5, it just didn't make it. I am excited for every book that's released every month, but obviously I only have a limited amount of funds and a very limited list. Sorry about that, guys. So I can only choose so many books, so some are gonna have to be cut while others are going to be able to make the list. So just keep that in mind going into this. But with that being said, we can go ahead and start the first of the list. The first of the list is going to be actually an honorable mention. I'm not breaking my listing, it's just something I definitely want to put out there for you guys, as well as just admit it just because I'm wearing this t-shirt, which is the Miles Morales Spider-Man Omnibus Volume 2, which is released on December 20th. It just barely made the list just because there's something else that I'm kind of looking forward to, so it wasn't able to really squeak in. And I also don't have my hands on Volume 1 yet. If I did, it would definitely have made it into my top 5. But because I don't have Volume 1, there's not a huge reason for me to be super excited for Volume 2 just yet. But with that being said, we can go ahead and jump to number 5, which will be Life Zero, the hardcover. It's completely a blind buy, but it definitely seems like something up my alley, simply based off the cover and a little bit of the synopsis that I've quickly read through, but the cover and the art completely had me sold. It looks like a very gritty zombie apocalypse style story, which is something I'm a huge fan of. You guys probably know that if you've watched any of my videos. And something about going into something completely blind really excites me, just because I've read so much that's already out there that when there's something I haven't heard of or I haven't read, I get beyond excited. So because of those reasons, that's why Life Zero is number 5. So we'll go ahead and jump to number 4, which is going to be the long-awaited Savage Dragon hardcovers Volume 1 Ultimate Collection, Eric Larson. Absolutely excited about this. I think the only format this has really been collected before was in paperback omnibus editions, if I remember correctly. So this is our first time getting a hardcover treatment for this title. It's a character and series that does not get a lot of love, so I'm super excited to be able to dive in and actually experience this title and have it in hardcover, beautiful format. Due to the name being called Ultimate Collection, I'm assuming it's going to be very similar to the Invincible Ultimate Collection format. Hardcover, still kind of oversized. Not 100% sure on that, but I am really excited to get my hands on it. These also come out on December 6th. It's going to be a very common date throughout the list, which we hate to hear because that means my wallet's probably going to be hurting. But with that being said, we'll jump to number 3. And that's going to be Black Panther by Christopher Priest Omnibus. I am beyond excited that this is finally being collected in omnibus format. But unfortunately, this is also being released on December 6th. So another hit to the wallet there. This is an amazing run. A run that really ushers Black Panther into the 90s era style of comic books. Very action forward, very action based, beautiful art throughout, a lot of very memorable moments and stories for Black Panther within this book. So that's extremely exciting, and it's going to be my first Black Panther omnibus into the collection. I want to get Christopher Priest and then obviously Ta-Nehisi Coates, but Christopher Priest is definitely my favorite run on Black Panther, and because of that, he definitely squeezes into the third spot. And then for number 2, we have the one and only massive King in Black omnibus, which is also being released on December 6th. A absolutely huge book, guys. This is going to easily be probably the biggest Marvel omnibus. It has obviously the main King in Black series or event, the issues that take place, as well as 1.5 million one-shots that make up most of the tie-ins. Absolutely huge book, really fantastic arc. The tie-ins I'm not going to speak too much on just because they're a little bit of a reach, but this is kind of what Absolute Carnage and Donny Cates' Venom run all led up to. This was the climax of his run, so definitely needs to be collected in this format. Really amazing art and a lot of fun throughout this book, especially with the character Venom. He gets played with quite a bit and gets a lot of respect throughout this book. But like I said, this book is extremely massive. Page count of 1568, a cover price of $150. Massive book, definitely gonna hurt a little bit to slap down that card for that, but it's definitely worth having in the collection. And I'm honestly a sucker for event omnibuses. I just love to get the entire event, all the tie-ins, and everything that's important during that storyline. So I'm one of those guys, unfortunately, but I'm definitely excited for it, and that's why I made it to number 2. And then for our number 1 spot, we have Berserk, the Dark Horse Deluxe Editions, Volume 12, which comes out December 27th. Cover price of $50, of course. If you guys are a fan of the channel or have tuned into the channel at all, you know that I absolutely love Berserk. This volume gets us that much closer to ongoing stuff, ongoing volumes, and I mean, I'm just beyond excited to finally actually be catching up with the actual volumes or the singles of the manga Berserk in these deluxe editions. They've been really pushing them out very quick. We're getting close to, unfortunately, the point where Kentaro left us, but I'm very interested to kind of catch up to that point and see how the transition is handled, and once the story does continue and those deluxes come out, how that's then handled. But no matter what, I'm going to keep collecting the series. I want to follow the story with guts until we finish it, and I am beyond excited to get that 12th volume in and just continue on collecting and building up that shrine that is behind me. And if you guys have watched this channel, you probably expected this to be in the number 1 spot, but definitely super excited for it. It seems like the release dates for these volumes are getting longer and longer, which makes complete sense as we're getting closer to ongoing stuff, but I am beyond excited to finally get a Berserk volume back in my hands and reading it once again. And also, quick shameless plug, I've already done reviews on volume 1 and 2 of the Berserk hardcover deluxe editions, and you can get that link up above. Just wanted to let you guys know for anybody that's interested. And that wraps up today's video. Be on the lookout for my haul video, which will be coming out Friday. I also plan on putting out a little secondary haul focused video after the haul, just talking about a little bit of my favorite pickups for that haul. So definitely be on the lookout for those. Also, of course, more reviews will be coming out soon. If you want to be notified when that comes out, of course, hit that subscribe button, join the Illuminati. Also, hit that bell icon. It will let you know anytime I put out any content, whether it's full-length videos or shorts. But other than that, thank you so much for watching. Let me know down below what you guys are excited for. And of course, as always, stay nerdy.